Good morning, good morning, good morning. How goes it? Alexa, time to stream. So, what am I up to? I'm still trying to get this guy animated. Now, he moves, if you want to call floating very slowly left or right or forward moving. That's not exactly what we're going for here. So, but it did look like maybe I had a conflict of scripts. So I removed the script that was conflicting. Hopefully that'll do something. Um, I've been playing with trying to getting different things set up. I'm just going through some final checks to see if I can make sure everything's running the way I expect. So yeah, I'm going through. One of the things I just did is remove exit time. I don't know what that does. It doesn't say yet. I'll have to ask what exit time does. Is there a help here? Transition has a fixed exit time. Okay, I don't know what that means. Um, anyway, so select make transition. Let's see, right click on the standing state, which is still. Select make transition. I don't see a make transition. Oh, transition, still to walk. Oh, okay. Once a transition arrow appears, select it. Oh, is this a transition arrow? Set transition duration to 0.1 or 0.2. It is. Well, no. This thing? Alright, so I'm looking at the help here. Patrolling to sleeping, go to sleep. That's not a thing. So what am I setting to 0.1 or 0.2? I don't know. There's an arrow here. Wait, 2, 3, 4. I haven't seen the diagram in the middle. Sorry. Okay, so we got 1. Create verifier states, done. Assign animations, done. Create transitions between states. 1, 2. Oh, I wasn't supposed to be a 1 check. I don't know what this is supposed to be. 2 dot and then oh nope. It's supposed to be no 3 and no 4. And then this is supposed to be a 3. Okay, so 3, right click on the standing state, select make transition, click on the walking state. Right. So I go, I think it's telling me to do transitions a different way. Yeah, I think it's just, I already have those. Check parameter settings. Click on the parameter tab. I think what it's doing is it's like, you're supposed to, it's having you manually create them instead of drag and drop. It's just not having you do it that way. Because I have these, I did uncheck all the has exit time, so. Check parameter settings. Click on the parameter tab on the left. Got it. And click on the parameter tab on the left. Make sure you have a float parameter named speed. If not, got it. Set default state. Right click on the standing state. Select set as default state. Right click. There's no, the set as layer default state is disabled. Okay. 3 done. Four dot. Click parameters there. Make sure you have done. dot set default option in the right click menu of the still state is disabled. Make sure to save your animator controller. We will definitely do that because don't want to lose what I've done so far. Because it's like going through all this. And hopefully this is going to be a good example when I have to do others. It'll work. Once I get it working, I'll have it as an example of what I need to do. We'll see. Let's see what it says about this being disabled. I think I'm already in that default state. It's kind of like, I don't think I need to worry about it. Maybe by default it's already there. Oh yeah, see, it's disabled means it's already selected. I bet if I click this one, oh, okay, yeah. It just changes where entry starts. Okay, I think we're good. All right, let's go see what happens. Gonna reload and compile again. Drum roll, please. I'm gonna pull this off to the side so I can see it. And then we're gonna go back here. And we're gonna push buttons. No! See, he's just floating again. He's not actually doing anything. So, not so good. We're still just floating. I can't seem to trigger the actual animations. The speed ain't changing at all now. What the heck? He does float faster. It says slow float, fast float. Woohoo! That ought to be entertaining. All your guys just kind of... That's not even fast float. I mean, that's like he's barely moving. Now the speed thing doesn't even appear to be changing. This was changing before. So there's definitely some stuff going on. But now my transitions aren't even firing. Look, I'm not even firing my transitions now. I was getting these to fire in the past. They would like look like they were attempting to do stuff. So yeah, that's a thing. So did something get broken here? Speed is less than 0.1. That means we're stopped. It's more than 0.1. We're moving, but my speed isn't changing now. All right, let's go all the way to the bottom here. Let's go ahead and do I refresh and just kind of throw out everything? I don't know if I want to throw it out yet, because it's going to lose track of stuff in a minute because I'm getting too far in, but still has no motion. Having no motion with a still arrow can work if your standing character doesn't need animation. However, if you want a subtle animation, I do. There are some. There is a. I didn't like it. There is an idle animation, but his arms are really weird. It's like I'd rather him sit like he is, his normal motion, and have that kind of, you know, that motion that looks like he's getting ready to do something. But what it does is it turns him into his weird walking motion, which, by the way, is pretty weird too. They squish his arms up against his body where his elbows are almost behind him, and he's walking with his arms kind of like, I'm a dinosaur. I got these tiny little arms and big head. So, like at the T-Rex. There was a animated movie that probably wasn't very popular. They had a dinosaur. He was trying to get at somebody, and they were hiding in the corner of a building. And he hit his head, and he couldn't get to the guy because he couldn't reach him with his little arms because he was too big, and his arms couldn't reach the ground with his head in the corner. He says, I got these tiny little arms. Um, I always wonder if you could actually get away from a T-Rex that way. How would a T-Rex get to you? I think they would just bite you with their head. They would just go all the way down. I don't need arms for this. I'll just reach down and eat you right out of the corner. But anyway, he was going for the grab, not for the chomp. So, what do we got? Well, we got a guy who's still floating. He's not triggering, but now my animations aren't triggering, so something's going on here. Let's go back to my state here. So I have this. It says if it's greater than 1. Current situation. Still floating. Except now the Right. It's I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna have to rephrase my question. Okay, so I'm gonna first tell it this time. I'm gonna try something a little different. Make sure it knows what version of Unity I'm using, just in case. Does it have a version number? All right. Unity 6. Okay, I'll say Unity 6. Context. Unity 6.0. Let's see if this matters. I'm going to put that in. I should just start putting that in all the time. I have a you know what, maybe I should go back. Kind of situation. Yeah, because I don't know. I have all this stuff, and it gave me. I don't want to have to tell it all that stuff because then he's gonna have me start over. I don't want to start over. Okay, currently situation still floating, except now the speed value never changes, and the transitions never trigger when I click directions. I really wish I could see what I have. That's the problem. First, let's add a simple script to directly check what's happening with your speed parameter. Okay, simple script. Add this script to your character game object. Character game object. So let's go down to scripts, I guess. Create script, C#. And what's it called? Animation debugger. Okay. Animation debugger. And we're going to go here, click. Sure. What is this doing? It's doing a start, update. Add this script to your character game object. add to character game object under the fixed speed controllers group. See, it gave me the fixed speed controller object, so I'm feeling like if I start over, I'm gonna have to tell it I have that, and I have to tell what the code is, and it's gonna be like, I don't know what you're giving me. So add this, and we'll say animation debugger. All right. Final component. So select your character, game object hierarchy, add component, animation in the search box, select the script to add it. Once added, make sure the fields are set correctly. Animator. Drag your character's animator component to this field. Animator component, which is what is the animator component? It just Savinicus. No, never a word, man. Not so much as a bleep, thanks for calling. Not an email, not a voicemail, not a text. They didn't get back to me, man. Such is the way it goes these days, I'm telling you. I'm in a void. Nobody knows where I exist. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. But yeah. Yeah, I saw that when I did it. When I applied, it said you had a. It showed that you were the referral. What, football's not working? I don't know what else to put it under. I actually asked. It's really tough because there's not a good category for this. There's not like, if you do programming, it'll take you to a game called Programming Factory. Software and game development, is that a category? Let me see if I all right, let me see if I can do that. Let's see. Game, software, and game, well, it has to be one word, and game development. Geez, that's a long one. That's going to be a pain to type that in all the time. Well, according to Nightbot, software and game development is not found. Well, you can't put it in as one word when you're doing the tags. I mean, I guess I could go on there and try to set it, but when you do a tag command, brackets? Square brackets? Okay. Usually it just breaks it up. It's usually able to find it, but all right, let's see. Hashtag game, bracket, let's see. Software and game development. Right bracket. The stream game has been updated to software and game development. Okay, well, cool. I'm just gonna have to remember that one because that one is big. Because I have to toggle whenever I do switch to my other channel. I have to change it. But okay, I'll try to remember that. It's actually not that hard to remember because it makes sense, but I'm still gonna write it down. Probably because I'll forget the brackets. I'll be like, why isn't this working? It worked last time. It's like, oh yeah, brackets. That's okay. Nobody ever comes to watch my stream anyway. Well, actually, that's not true. I've got like 2 or 3 guys, a Disky and Nintendo 504, whatever. They come by pretty much every day at some point. Sometimes Ariano throwaway guy shows up too, but although I haven't seen him in about a week. Football, I mean, you would think football has more viewers than that, right? I mean, you would think. One of the things I do have, I usually have myself connected, but no one really. Football's not a real tag. Probably because it has to be a specific game. I probably should. If I put Madden, it would probably have a lot of people. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's right. Well, we'll see if anybody shows up here. Now I got 2 viewers. Woohoo! That would be great. I mean, hey, I'm here. Phone is always in front of me, so I pretty much can answer any phone calls. I do check my mail periodically. What is 3? Me, you, and who? Oh, did you put did you assign to your other thing? You signed in on 2? Dude, I haven't seen you in a long time. You haven't come in, I don't know. I can't see. It doesn't show me how many I have, so I don't know. It just shows welcome to the chat, even though it's just me. But I'm sure there's probably a way to. If I went back a page, up to 4 now. Woohoo! 4. That's me and you twice. I don't know where's the other one. I got a lurker. Unless you're down there 3 times. That's going all in. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out this Unity thing. These last few days have been crazy. I'm just trying to get a dude on the field so he runs around. Or just, I can control him at least. And so far, it's been less than successful. I can get him to, I can get him to float, but that doesn't help me any. Supposed to have, he's got animations on him, but see, he floats across the screen. Ooh, this looks like he's aggressive. I'm coming to get you. Rimworld, huh? I've heard of that one. I don't remember what it is though. Did you ever finish beating Arthur, King Arthur, the new one that was coming out? See, here's the problem on my thing. See how these transitions? They're supposed to light up blue when I'm pushing buttons. Oh look, it did it. It pushed up. But my run speed isn't doing anything. It still just goes to walking. It doesn't help that he's just floating. He floats faster when he's running. I don't think the value ranges are good. But even so, and look, and now my speed is going nuts again. See how it going? Look, I'm not even doing anything, and it's just doing whatever it's doing, and it just sits there, and then it stops after a little while. Eventually it'll stop, and it'll just go, okay, I'm done. I think it's about 40 something on the right. 40, there it is, 44. It got to 44 and stopped. But you can see it's still doing it, so it probably just reached a maximum number. And, oh look, now it's still going all the way up to 45. I guess it doesn't stop, it just gets so tiny it can't represent. Oh, it finally hit 0. Eventually hit 0. So yeah, there's definitely a problem here. I don't know what's going on. Too much of a time sink. Gets your brain hurting. I get it. kind of gets my brain hurting sometimes too. And this stuff is like totally new to me. I mean, the fact that I got a dude on a football field is like woohoo! But that's only gonna fix that excitement of accomplishing something for so long. And then it was fun getting this guy made, getting a 3D model, and then having animations on him, which is all pretty cool, getting that stuff going. I'm not. I won't say I'm dreading, but I know it's going to take really long to do all 32 figures, and I've already ran into several problems with some of my other characters, because like some of the animation tools kind of. Is he floating still, or is that just trick of the eye? I feel like he's floating backwards. I don't know, but this should not be going. This should be stopped. I don't know. But this is default. So I've been letting AI teach me how to do this because I'll tell you, all of the YouTube people I've looked at, they assume you know too much. It's kind of like, oh, you already know how to do this. This is for beginners. I'm going to show you how to do this cool beginner thing. And you're kind of like, I don't even know what you're looking. What are you pointing at when you say X or Y or this or that? And I'm like, dude, you're not talking about a beginner. You're talking about a person who's maybe new, but not a beginner. I mean, like somebody who's been. I think in 3 months, I'll be able to bounce around in this pretty good. I mean, where I'll be advanced beginner. But I'm gonna need to make more progress than that. I'm hoping with AI's help, I'll be able to figure this out. But I'm really struggling to get this guy to do something simple. This should be simple. Is animate him. Just come on, dude. Start moving. Because if I go like I have these animators, you can see these animations, and I put them in here already. Let's see. Let me show you. So you see this little dude? He's got an animation on him. That's actually a still form there. Oh, wrong one. This is one. Okay, so there he is. There's my little dude. And then when I hit play, that's what he's supposed to do when he's running. But somehow my animations aren't triggering. Does this change his angle? Huh. Nope. And then I have this one too. This is his walking one, which is kind of weird, but it works. Oh, that's his rolling somersault. That's his somersault. I don't have that one plugged into anything yet. This is his walking. See, his walking one is kind of weird. He's got his elbows kind of like going behind his back. But still, I'm trying to get this guy to do that stuff. I've got the animations plugged in, but they're not triggering, so I don't know what's happening. See, I go here, and then they're supposed to be triggered on this thing. So when I click on, let's see, let's put this back here, and then I click on like the still. It's got well, he doesn't have any motion on still, but this is his walk animation, and this is his run animation. But the transition fires, but he just floats. He doesn't actually trigger these. So I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here. He has multiple transitions. Weird. Huh. That's walk to run. Let's see if I go to. That doesn't do anything. 0.6. Oops. 0.6. I kind of think this should do something. Faster, slower, faster. We're not getting any triggers. Why? It's like, why doesn't he want to walk? Motion time. Speed. Multiplier? Nothing. Conference call. Lurk for a few. Alright, man. Conference call? Oh yeah. Well, have fun, man. Have a good conference call. Yeah. I'm just gonna be playing with this, trying to see if I can get this dang thing to do something. I honestly expect this should be triggering. It's this one, and I am not getting any progress. That's just the speed. Nothing's working. Motion time, speed. Nothing. Why doesn't the animation work on this? Mute. I don't even know what this button does. What is this? Maybe there is still something up with my animation. I currently have the walk state selected. And I see at the bottom of the inspector my figure. I am not sure, but I would think when I select the transition of walk to run and then hit play, he would move. But he just stands there. So walk to run is kind of what I'm expecting it to do. And no matter how I change the speed, see, like this is above 1. He should be running. Here he should be walking. Here he should be running. Here he should be walking. But nothing happens. When you select a state or transition in the animator, see your character in the preview area at the bottom of the inspector, it's only showing you a static preview. It won't automatically play the animation. Selecting a state shows a thumbnail preview of the animation. Selecting a transition shows the start or end pose. These are just previews. They don't play animations in edit mode. How to preview to actually preview your animations for an individual animation clip. Select the animation clip in your project window. Now, I already did that. For animation states, enter play mode. Click play at the top of the editor. Play mode. Move your character with the controller script. The animations will play based on your movement. Okay. All right. So something's not right. None of that. I don't even know where the heck is the debug console. All right. So I'm going to try something. I'm gonna just give it all of my code. All right. And then I'm gonna start this questioning over. So it's because I don't know. I'm right. Add context? No, I have to add a file. It's not gonna work. Could I? Oh, you know what? I wonder if see, Visual Studio is not great because you don't get to use like the best stuff. But let's go here. Open chat window. And we will try using Claude because that's what I've been using anyway. Okay. Can you see my scripts folder? So that's close. Can you see my scripts folder? These are for Unity 6.0. I have a character on my screen that does not move as expected. I also have an animator set up and all the animation clips attached to the various to the walk and run state. I only have a fixed no movement image for still this time. I have set up a speed parameter with less than 1 equals walk and greater than 1 equals run. Less than 0.1 equals still. When I attempt to play the scene, movements of the character using the direction keys, arrows, will make the character float in those directions, but very slowly, and otherwise I see very little happen. Otherwise, no animation. Also, don't see the... Oh, I think that did change. Let's see what this does. This might be better because now I can see the code I actually have. So this should make it a little bit more, I shouldn't have to worry about whether or not he forgets because he can always look at my scripts folder. And having the scripts folder is at least part of the thing, right? Because it's giving me these various code. And there could be some conflict or problematic issues with these script folders. I don't know. Easter Bunny. I've eaten his ears already. Hmm. So, sounds like I've got some problems. It says I have a mismatched animation system, which apparently I'm using old and new versions for the 3 different files. Because the fixed and the animated were recent. This was the first thing it gave me like 2 days ago when I started working on this. So I probably need to update that and get them on the same page. I didn't know it was giving me old and new. I think doing this here in Visual Studio might be better because I have a feeling it'll be able to see code and respond to my code settings better. So it won't be randomly just giving me stuff because really that's all it's got. And then if it loses track, because you know it's got the memory, what they say, of a lobotomized goldfish. It's got to forget stuff. You know, 3 pages down, it's like it doesn't remember what it did at the first page. Anyway, so hopefully this will give me a little bit better feedback for what I'm doing and maybe get me on the right track. Let's see what happens. Parameter value discrepancy. Your animator setup uses blah, blah, blah. See, I think it might even be able to see. It might even be able to see what's in my actual code because a lot of these other things might be related to the actual system. You know, I don't know if it's looking at. I'm actually not sure what it's looking at. Man, I don't know, maybe not, because I don't see any other things that could be the system code, but it must be related to the connections. All right, so ensure the controller is attached. If you want to use the modern animator system, attach this 5 fixed speed controller to your character. Make sure the animator component is also attached to the same game object. Fix animation parameter values. Fixed speed controller. Okay, so let's go to my fixed speed controller. And I got 0.5 and 1.5. Standing, walking, running. All right, so we're going to change these. Standing, walking, running. Okay. Change to mid-range between 0.1 and 1. See, 1.5F is greater than 1. I didn't know that. I don't even know what. I guess that's a hex thing, but looks weird. Check movement speed values. Oh, is there more here? No, okay, there's not. All right, check movement speed values. The walk speed and run speed values may need adjustment if the character moves too slowly. Well, we'll worry about that later. Test with your debug keys. Use your animation debugger keys, 1, 2, 3, to verify animations work. If they do, the issue is with input handling or movement. How do I, what? Animation debugger keys. I don't know. What? What do you mean? One? I don't do anything. I don't know what it's talking about. Your animation debugger keys. I have this animation debugger. What is this? What is it talking about? One, two, three. I don't see anything in here that says anything about 1, 2, 3. What is it? I don't know what animation debugger is. Is that a feature? Maybe it's like telling me something and I'm not like, I don't conceive what it's telling me. Which, hey, not unlikely. Attached to Unity. Do I have to, what do you mean attached to Unity? Oh, do I have to click that? Is that a thing? All right, so what does it say? Mismatch, parameter value discrepancy. Make sure your right attack. Fix animation. Make sure the animator component is also attached to the same game object. How can you tell my... do you have an update that would bring my vector animation controller script in line with the fixed speed controller? So he's saying this is old version and this is new version. I don't know what the difference is, but I'd kind of like them to be coded in the same logic. If it's got a problem with it. And then I got to figure out how does it know that I'm not connected? Because I do have it in my code. Oh, can't select it. Nice. Yeah, let's at least get it using the modern, whatever it says, the modern stuff. What does this say? Start to get active? I'm not active. I'll at least get them all on the same page. Animation to animator system. Removed references to legacy animation component in animation clips. Added support for animator components and parameters. Okay. Preserved public methods. Added debugging tools. All right. Now, attack on your character if it's not ready. Should already be. Modify the parameter. Sure the controller is attached. If you want to use modern animation, make sure the animator component is also attached to the same game object. Well, they should be. Animator component. Character animation controller. Missing controller script. I don't see evidence that either your fixed speed controller or your character animation is actually attached to your character game object. How can you tell it is not connected? directly see whether or not the scripts are attached to character schema. My earlier statement was an inference based on the symptoms you described, not based on seeing your Unity scene hierarchy. Here's how I came to the conclusion. Mention that when attention. Okay, movement is happening, so some script is processing input, but animations aren't playing correctly, suggesting animation control might be disconnected. Okay. Enable debugging for the session. I've never actually clicked that and it done the attach to Unity thing. I kind of thought you hit play, it just runs. It's like something else supposed to be happening that I'm unaware of. I don't know. Oh, wait, what? Please fix compile errors before creating new state machine behaviors. Wait, I have compile errors? The thread has exited. Whew, there's a lot going on. Loaded module, anonymously hosted. Is it done doing what it's doing? Or am I just like waiting for it to crash out? Yeah, it just keeps running stuff. Do I need to run the Visual Studio Code, i.e. attached to Unity, for the scripts to work? Because if that's the case, I've never done that. That's just like totally new. But I would have thought hitting play would do that. No. Oh, okay, it says no. Of course, I'm assuming it's going to give me more background than that. Normal development flow. You write, edit scripts in Visual Studio. You save the scripts. Unity automatically compiles these scripts when you switch back to Unity. When you press play in Unity, all your scripts run without needing any Visual Studio connection. Now, what does that do? Attach Unity debugger is only needed for debugging. It lets you set breakpoints, inspect variables, and step through code as it runs. It doesn't affect whether your scripts execute or not. Oh, all right, I can see that though. Based on your file structure, you have character animation controller, fix blah, blah, blah. These scripts will run in Unity as long as they're properly attached to game objects in your Unity scene. There's no compilation errors. You press play in the Unity editor. Alright, so if I go here, it's not showing, am I showing errors? It's not showing errors at the moment. No error, no error, no error. Okay. And we are currently running because I want to see debugging information if it's available. And then let's go run again. Reloading domain, importing assets. I've got my little dude. Now I kind of expect when I push buttons, he's gonna attempt to move. See, I don't know what's happening here. But whatever it is, it's not what I want. So I got still running, and then when I hit this, I am getting a transition to walk, and I click this, and I'm not getting anything. So whatever's happening, Okay, so let's go back over here. So I started. Well, let's see what triggers. I'm going to try and see what items are triggering here. Let's go start. And then we'll go over to character animation controller and see if this is firing. We'll go start. And animation debugger, sure. We'll see if that even does anything too. We'll just say start. In any scenario, do any of these start. Now let's go to, is it update? Sure, we'll click on update. Oh, that one runs all the time. Else, float current speed minus last speed. Didn't do anything. Void last update. Update. Get component collider. Update. Debug manager. Debug. This one's going to be, this is the fixed speed, so it's firing in the fixed speed. So the animation debugger doesn't do anything though. Keeps exit coding. Alright, I'm gonna have to take this off because that's not gonna work. Okay, so I started game. Animation debugger constantly seems to fire, but none of the if conditions set. Can I also, if the log is putting everything into the output window, I never see it because there is data constantly going into the output window. All right, so what I expect to see and what I'm seeing are not the same. I see the issue with the animation debugger script. The console is being flooded with messages and the key presses aren't being detected. Let's check the current state of your script and fix these issues. Call stack locals. Let me modify your animation debugger script to make it more useful and effective. Okay, let's do that then. More useful and effective. Oh, it's still writing. Right. Always got to go for more useful and effective. Gotta love the fact that I wasn't being very useful and effective to begin with. Are we done? Wow, that's huge now, man. They put a bunch of stuff in here. Reduce console spam. Turned off continuous logging by default. Increase the logging interval to a second. Added distinct visual markers to make important logs stand out. Better feedback. Added on-screen GUI display showing current animation state. On-screen GUI display. How is it doing that? That's interesting. I want to see how it does that. The GUI feedback works even when the console is filled with messages. How to use the outputted script. Well, first, replace your current animation debugger with this version. Run your game. Press 1, 2, or 3 to force animation states. just press 1, 2, or 3. Okay. So we'll go copy. I'm going to do a stop up here. Go back here. Animation booger. It's funny how it does the, we're going to make it look good and work this time. It's like, why didn't you do that the first time? It was you who wrote it. You wrote it the first time. How come you didn't just give me the working version the first time? All right. Now it says better feedback. Added an on-screen GUI display showing current animation state. Did you know? All right, so we're going to go with this. Let's see what this does. I'm going to push this off the side here. So, sorry, won't be able to see that. Gonna hit play. Importing assets, doing all of its nonsense. We did get to fixed speed controller. That means it's doing something there. That's good. So we know this is at least connected in some way because it's doing something. All right, so I got 1. Standing. Oh, 2. Walking. 2. Walking. 3. Running. Toggle continuous logging. Sheesh. There's a lot of junk here. Squeeze this bit here so I can see it at the same time. 2. 2. Wait, what is this? Oh, let's close that. I don't need that right now. Alright, so there's no 2, 3. Why is it going to 0.7? My speed for running is faster than 0.7. It has to be 1. But so these are both going to be walking. 2. That doesn't do anything. Okay. Pressing numbers 1, 2, 3 seem to have no effect on the screen. Should I press and hold? Actually, I think I tried press and hold. That doesn't do anything anyway. 2, 3. Huh. I tried press and hold. And nothing. The only thing going to the output is thread exit code. I know I'm probably just missing something. I mean, I'd be willing to bet money. I'm just like, I don't have something plugged in or it's not pointing in the right way. But I got to find a way to get the AI to kind of have a clue, right? Because it can't see the GUI. So it's supposed to, it says current state, and I'm guessing that's supposed to change when I say 2. But you can see it says walking, but it still says standing. So it's not actually changing the state. He sees the issue now. Every time. Oh, I got it. I know what the problem is. The problem is related to input handling a script interaction. Let's diagnose and fix this. Multiple script competing. You have fixed speed controller and animation debugger attached to the same game object. and they're both trying to control the animator's speed parameter. Do I? Thread exit messages. These thread exit code messages are typically Unity's internal thread message and don't indicate a problem with your scripts. They just clutter your console. Oh, okay. Input focus issue. Your game window might not have focus when you're pressing keys. Oh, it does. No, that's not an issue. Let's modify your script to make it more visible when keys are pressed. Can you be more visible? I mean, it's got a big thing up there. I don't know. What's more visible? Let's make it more visible. Okay, I don't think that's gonna do anything. More visible. Replace your animation debugger with this new version. I tell you, AI is helpful, but it also can be. I get that it's trying to help. I mean, it's trying to like, oh, you got something wrong here, buddy. Let's try some new stuff. But I also get that I'm not really. It's gonna stop this just because I'm gonna have to, and then we're gonna have to stop this so that's gonna be rebuilt. I gotta go here and we go to animation debugger. Control A, Control V, Control S. All right, so we got all that stuff set. Okay. Check in. Make sure the animator component is properly configured. Verify the speed parameter exists in your animator parameters. All right, so I have a speed component right here. He exists. Blending, override, I don't know what that is. All right, so the speed. I do have a speed parameter. In the Spectre, check the override other controllers option. Oh, okay. Ensure that the script is attached to your character game object. I think it is. Yeah, here it is. Override other controllers. Got it. He's set to override other controllers. Run your game and try the following. Press 1, 2, or 3, either the main keyboard or the numpad. Watch for the bright on-screen message confirming you key pressed. Okay, let's see what that does. Let's attach to Unity, because I want to see the log. Then we're gonna close this thing up, and then we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go move this out of the way a minute, and we'll hit play. Now it's gonna have all the cool dialogues, and then when I press a button, I expect to see stuff. Stuff, maybe not the stuff I want, but at least stuff, something. So now we're down here with big bold letters which don't actually fit in the screen. It makes them all big and bold, like, this guy can't see. That's his problem. He can't see anything. I'll make the bigger, brighter yellow buttons. He's a nincompoop. Key 2 pressed, walking speed 3. So now we're in walking mode. It says walking right here. 3. Now we're running, except we're not in running mode because that's not a big enough number. But that's all right. I just want to see walking work. Let's just see walking. Okay, so that works. The buttons are working. I get it. Press T to toggle between animation debugger and fixed speed controller. Of course, you can't see that because that's not big enough of a thing, but. We got things happening here. Transitions are firing, things are firing, but there's no animations. So all I can figure is that my animations aren't working. Like they're not good. Because I can click down here on this thing and go over here, and here it runs fine. See? He's animated. All I need is for that animation to animate. Why is it not working? How does it not like me so much? I have it plugged in. I know I do. So, my GUI box is too small. It's a rectangle, but it's too small. Which one are these? It's probably 400 is the wide one. And is it 200 tall? Let's go with 300 here. Yeah. Oh, that's the message. That ain't gonna help me any. That's just gonna tell me how big that is. Let's go back to 200. What is my animation box here? Oh, here we go. Height. Always show the controller instructions. Screen height minus 100. Screen height minus 100? What is the rectangle parameters? Okay, so X, Y, float width, float height. Float width, float height. Let's go with 150 here. I don't know how good it is at refreshing while I'm making changes. Probably not very good. Because Unity's going to want to recompile it. Oh, there it is. It is bigger. It's also not wide enough, and it's not on the screen enough. Yeah. Stop. So one of these is its position. It made it big. I don't know why it made it so big. It probably is excessively big, but it does do that. Works fine for that purpose. GUI. Float X, float Y. Width and height. Creates new rectangle, but is one of these like supposed to be positional? Animation but controls. Yeah, it's got to be positional. Let's shrink the font size a little bit, guys. Come on. I don't need it to be a 20. Let's go with a 15. Let's see what that does. To make that a little less blah. And width, height, so position. So that's probably fine. Width, height, let's go. I think that'll probably make that fit. It's probably left position. And this is whatever the height is, so screen height minus 100. Why? That must be the Y position. Oh, okay, so we actually want to go farther. We want to lift it up. So if screen height is X minus 100, so it's only coming 100 above the bottom. So let's bring it up to 150. Oh, a little higher. Alright, so now let's attach to Unity. And run it. Hopefully it'll be more readable now. Not that I needed it. Okay, so now that I made it more readable and fits more space, it actually still alright, so yeah, well, you know, it's working. I mean, the debugger thing is working. It's not helping me any with my problem. So I can go here and no problem. I see 1 is we're standing, 2 is we're moving, and it does show that we moved walking. Running doesn't do anything because I think we're on the wrong. I still haven't been able to get this to go to running. I don't know why. But let's take this up to 1.5. just because I feel like that should be a 1.5. Now that's actually probably not going to be the value I need, because I need to have that value set somewhere else. Yeah, we're going to go up here and change this to 1.5. I don't like hard-coded stuff like this, but key message, key 3 pressed, running 1.5. See what that does. All right. Now we click back over here, and now it says 1.5. And we clear this because that's annoying. And then we go here and we say 3. 1.5. But we're still at walking speed. And it didn't change this either. My speed doesn't change. So is there still a 0.7? Because it went up to 0.7. I still must have a 0.7 somewhere on here. 0.7. Find the 0.7. Is it here? So there's no 0.7 anywhere? How did it get a 0.7 then? 0.7. Really? Doesn't exist. Okay, where's it getting 0.7 from then? Current speed, 0.7. Current speed. Get float speed parameter. So that must be whatever it's throwing in here, but how is it doing that? Why when I hit the 3 key am I getting 0.7? Alright, let's go see. I don't know where that's set at. Why is it okay, I updated the speed value from 0.7 to 1.5. Since my speed trigger is greater than 1. Problem is, when I press the 3 key, it is, oh, you know what? It may just be that I can't change that while it's running. Let's hit stop. It might not be able to take that new value that I'm throwing at it because it didn't, needs to be recompiled. Some things just don't update live. Before I tell the UI what my problem is, let's make sure that that is truly my problem. Still going to 3. See, I hit 3 and it goes to 0.7 here. I don't know why it's doing that. And I don't have a 7 anywhere. None of this stuff says 7. I looked up. Oh, is it these things? Oh, I don't like this. Why are they using hex? I don't know what 0.5F is and 1.5F is. Problem is, when I press 3 key, it is still setting the speed to 0.7. Why do the float values use an F at the end? Is this hex numbers? I don't want to be trying to translate what the heck. What is 1.5? Well, it's 0.7 in actual numbers, but it's 1.5 in F number. It's like, I don't know what that is. I don't want to be trying to translate that crap. About the F suffix on Fifine C#. The F suffix is not hex notation. It's a C# notation specifically for float. Oh, it's just a float. So it's just a. It just means it's float. I didn't know C# put. See, I've been coding in C# forever. How did I not know that you can put a digit on the end? If it's a notation. C# decimal literals like 0.7 or 1.5 are interpreted as double by default. The F suffix tells the compiler to treat the number as a float type instead. Really? This is important because float uses less memory than double and is the standard type used by Unity for most calculations. Okay. Example of float versus double notation is a 32-bit float value. 0.7 is a 64-bit double value. Huh. Okay, well then the problem is I still have something set wrong. I gotta set. But the thing is, where is that going on? Where is set speed even happening at? Because I tell you, set speed. See, it's not in there. See, there's no set speed. Where is it looking at this nonsense? Wait, are these on? I can't. Oh my gosh, those are on. That's stupid. They didn't look on, they just look gray, so I thought that was just like their default appearance. Like, oh, never mind. What do I know? Then I'm not even using the right set. Speed. Aha. 0.0, 0.3, aha. So okay, well that only fixes part of my problem. I mean, that's gonna fix what I'm putting in, but it's not actually. Make this change and your key will 3. Okay, well, let's see if that does. Now it's 1.5, and it went to run. What do you know? I actually got it to go to the right place. So if I go 3, wait, oh 2, I'm sorry. That sends it back to 1. Okay, so they're transitioning. We got 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. All right. So the transitions and the, okay, we're getting the transitions to work, and we're going to the right states. So that's something. Okay. Okay. So we now seem to be going to the correct states, and the transitions are firing correctly. However, the dude is not animating. Come on, dude. Do your thing. That's what I would have wondered, but I checked. It's got animations. It's got them. I tell you, it's got them. I did put them in there. All right, that's. It says walk right there, man. Avatar complete. The animator might be missing a properly configured avatar, especially for humanoid animations. All right. The animation clips might not be properly assigned to states in the animator controller. Avatar configuration. You know, I don't really have avatar configurations. I don't know. How do I set the animation? The animation clips might have incorrect import settings, root motion issues. If using root motion, it might be configured incorrectly. Model hierarchy. The model's hierarchy might not match what the animations expect. Let's create a comprehensive troubleshooting script that can help diagnose animation issues. Okay. What is this script going to do? Animation troubleshooter. Huh. Alright, let's see what that's supposed to do. How to use this script. Add the script to your character game object alongside your existing scripts. Run your game. Click the Show Animation Diagnostics button that appears top left. Alright, this is going to be interesting. So I go here, and then I add this here. And what is it? What is it called? Oh, I have to put the I'm going to have to put it in first. It's not going to do anything until I actually put it in. Alright, so we have a new script. Well, in the end, hopefully, I just keep telling myself, in the end, hopefully this is all going to be worth it. It's going to all make the light bulbs come on, and I'll be like, yes, I'm the master of my domain. Okay, so we got scripting. And then we're going to go, what is this? Animation troubleshooter. Okay, we're going to go here. Animation troubleshooter. Okay. And it's going to rebuild everything. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to this animation troubleshooter. Control A, Control V. Control. Okay, so we have this nonsense. Okay. Lots of stuff. It's doing, basically it's looking at a lot of settings, it looks like, within Unity. Which is cool because it's starting to give me an object model view, and it'll allow me to access things and kind of go, oh, this is what this does, and this is what does that. Because it even looks at the bone hierarchies and checking for things. So it's doing a lot of different stuff. So hopefully it can actually give me a clue as to what the heck's happening. All right. Run your game. Click the Show Animation Diagnostics. All right, so we're going to run the game. Ooh, it's 12:03. Where is the Click Animation Diagnostics? Oh, wait, do I have to hit stop? Wait, where is the Click Animation? It says, run your game alongside your existing scripts. Run your game. Click the Show Animation button that appears in the top left. I don't see that. It says stop here. What is this? Unity control version. I don't see anything that appeared in the top left. But let's see. Let's attach to Unity first. See if maybe that's part of the problem. Alright, I'm going to clear this, go here, and hit play. And then I can go say, there's no button that says that. I'm looking around for things that appear at the top left. This is the only thing that's there, the debug updater. Is that this thing? What is that? Frame debugger. No, that's not. That's not what I want. Show animation diagnostics. I do not see that anywhere. I don't see any button anywhere that says show animation diagnostics. Wait. Oops, did I not add it? Oops, wait, never mind. I may have not added it. I put it in here so that I could go at it, but then I don't think I actually added it. Never mind, let's shut this down. I think I may have skipped a step. Let's go here. What is it called? Animation troubleshooter? Okay. Attach that to, it's attached to that to Unity. I should probably hit a save. I probably can't. I'm probably risking it blowing up and losing stuff. I haven't saved in a while. Aha! Show animation diagnostics. Did it turn on? I don't know if it turned on. It's got a gray button on top. I guess that's on. It does even less now than it used to, though. Am I still at least triggering these? Nope. All right, well, let's see. Okay, I have the button in the corner. Kind of hard to tell when it is on or not, but I do notice that any attempt that none of the 1, 2, 3 buttons do anything anymore, and the arrow keys also don't do anything anymore, and nothing triggers the transitions. Because I'm here and I hit 1, 2, 3, nothing. Go back here. Well, that doesn't even, that just always is on or off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That doesn't do anything. I can't even tell if it's on or off. Since you can see the button from the animation, I'll click on it to show the diagnostics panel and check the information it provides. Nope. Where is this diagnostic panel? I have to laugh because it's like, there's like, it keeps mentioning things that are like, I don't see no do you see a diagnostics panel? I'm clicking on that, it doesn't see it, doesn't show anything. I don't see any diagnostics panel. Pressing that button doesn't show anything. Where is a diagnostics panel supposed to show? I have inspector open, but it is empty. Seems the animation troubleshooting diagnostic panel isn't showing up correctly. Let me help you understand. Okay. The diagnostic panel of the animation troubleshooting script is designed to appear directly in the game view. Nope, nothing shows up in the game view. Don't know what you're talking about, but there is nothing. On or off shows nothing. Although it does show current speed twice down here, I don't know. Not inside. Here's what should happen. When you press play in Unity, hit stop. Okay, hit play. And we get a bunch of crap up. But now the button's not there. Interesting. It was there, but now it's not. Stop. I hit save because I don't want to break. I don't want to lose anything I've done here. Boy, oh boy. Why does it have to be so hard? Okay, so eventually this is going to be easy. It's going to be easy. I keep telling myself we're going to get past this, and it's going to be all hunky-dory. But right now, we're no hunky or no dory. And I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna get what do they call it? Hangry. I'm gonna be hangry. I'm getting really hungry. Alright. So I hit stop. Then I attach to Unity. I don't have to do it in this order. I'm just doing it in this order. I just want to make sure everything's stopped. Okay, so I do that. Go over here, hit play. Reloading everything. The button's gone. It was there a second ago. It's like my animation troubleshooter went away. It was here. I added it. I went animation troubleshooter. And then I hit file save. I don't remember deleting that, but it did vanish. I'm gonna go like this. And I click on this. Aha! We've got stuff. Alright, so we're up and running again. Yay. So I got this little animation diagnostics thing. Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm going to have to remember that thing. I might plug that into a whole bunch of garbage. But we'll see how that goes. I'm going to be using this all the time now. Found 3 animation clips in controller. All right. Run length 1.25, has root curves false, has motion curves false, has generic root transformations false. Can I copy this? No avatar assigned to animator. Okay. So I have no way to copy the diag data. But first thing it shows is that my animator does not have an assigned avatar. Avatar? Avatar. Found 3 animation clips in controller. Has generic root transform. False. Has root curves. False. Has generic root transform. False. Curves. Walk. Current state. Hash. Normalized time. Animator enabled. True. Animator is initialized. True. Speed multiplier. Okay, so it's not a diagnostics that's constant, even though my things are now all triggering now. We're good there, but it's not doing more diagnostics. It only goes at the startup. We've identified a crucial issue. Your animator doesn't have an assigned avatar. This is almost certainly why your character isn't animating, even though, okay. The avatar is essentially the mapping that tells Unity how to connect animation data to your character bone skeletons without an animator doesn't know which bones to animate. Your character will float around without animating. Oh, okay, that's what it does. How to fix missing... Here's how to assign an avatar to your animation. Locate your character model. Yes. Stop. Find your character's model FBX file in the project panel. Alright, so we're going to go down to the project panel, go down to my models, and the one I am using for the base is this guy. Make sure animation type is set to humanoid. It doesn't actually have that. I don't know what it's talking about there. And what about these other ones? None of the FBX files have an animation type. At least not that I can see. They have... Is it model? Oh, maybe it's this one. Let's go see what these other things are. Don't need that. Animation type. Rig? Aha! Generic. Humanoid? Sure. That's the running. Somersault. Oh, save. I'm probably going to just hit apply. So let's go to close this and close this. And what is this? The somersault? Oh, it's the walking. Okay, so we do the walking. Go to animation type, humanoid. I mean, they are kind of humanoid. I mean, they're walking, arms and legs, basically. I don't know what other types would be. Dang it. Alright, and then I have my base guy, my standing still guy. He's probably also humanoid. Humanoid. Sure. It's my somersault. Okay, that still doesn't really explain. What is that? Print to console. What console? Open import messages. Where's import messages? Is there an import messages? Breathing. Dependencies. It doesn't show anything wrong with these. Huh. I'm assuming these are the input messages that it's talking about. It's just import activity. Huh. But I don't see, it just says warning found while importing this animation. Interesting. Import via master. Materials are embedded inside the import asset. Material assignments can be remapped below. Huh. All right. Find your character's model. FBX file. Make sure animation type set to humanoid. Click apply. Create avatar if needed. If avatar definition is set to create from the model, Unity will generate an avatar. Click configure to verify the bone mapping is correct. Oh, wow. I don't know. What do they mean, the bone mapping? What, can I change this stuff? Okay. Done. Did I guess it did something? All right. Okay. When I clicked create from model, it showed me a human. This guy is not actually human, but he does have arms and legs. And he did have a skeleton already. The circles on the image were all where I would expect them to be. So I clicked OK. Not sure what that did. Alright, what do we get? When I click create from the model, skin weights is set to bones per vertex and quality settings. Some bones and fluids may not be rendered. Thanks for that information. When you click create from model, the circles represent key points in character skeleton. Unity was trying to map your character's bones to a standard humanoid rig. Since the circles are in the expected pieces, that's good. It means Unity recognized your character's skeleton structure. Next steps to fix your animations. Now that you've configured avatar, you need to assign the avatar to your animated component. Select your character's game object in the hierarchy. Okay. In the inspector panel, find the animator component. Yes. Look for the avatar field. It's near the top. Click the small circle select button to on it. Alright, look for the avatar field. Click the small circle selector. Select your character's avatar. It will have the same name as your model. Make sure your model's import settings are correct. Select your character model file in the project panel. Yeah. In the inspector, check the rig tab setting. Yeah. Type should be humanoid. Create from this model. Click apply. Check your animation clips. Verify each animation clip is correctly imported. The clip should target the same rig as your model. How do I know? Oh wait, did it say the clips? rig settings. Verify each animation clip is correctly imported. The clips should target the same rig. Okay, so it's the clips, which are let's go to the clips. How can I tell if the clips are targeting the rig? I don't have a target. They have very little length, loop time, cycle and still, see, I don't see any avatar in any of these things. So if I'm here, speed walk, that's my walk. There's no transition. Is it like this guy? Nope. Huh. Need to check several aspects in the editor rather than in the code files. Here's how to verify this. Check the animation import settings. In the project window, select one of your animation clips. Okay. Look at the rig tab. There's no, oh. Rig tab. Check that animation type matches your character's rig type, blah. For humanoid image, avatar definition should be set to copy from other avatar. Oh. Copy from other avatar. Ah. Okay. Then we gotta go here. No, here. This one is what? The running. Copy from other avatar. Set to this guy. And then we apply. And I also have a somersault here somewhere. Which is this one. Oops, nope, don't click here. And then we go copy from other avatar. And we hit same guy. And we hit apply. Okay. Now those guys are all plugged into that guy. This is a lot of work. And I'm going to get it so wrong the next time I do it. I'm going to be going through this going, okay, what items do I need to mimic exactly all the way through? Ugh. I'm glad I didn't try to do more than one at a time. I would have been dying. All right, to determine if animation clips. All right, so we got that. Got that. All right. The limited information you're seeing, link loop, blah, 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 blah. All right, compatibility check. If your model is set to humanoid, animation must be humanoid. If your humanoid is set to generic, animation must also be generic. Mismatched types won't work. Generic animation on humanoid rig. Okay, so they are all humanoid. I did all that. For humanoid rigs, animation sources can be retargeted. For generic rigs, the bone names and hierarchy must match exactly. Quick test to verify animation setup. Select a simple test animation. In your animator controller, create a new state. Set it as the default state. Assign a simple animation clip that you know works, even from Unity's sample assets. Run your scene to see if any animation plays. Well, let's run this. I mean, before I do a quick test, why not just test? I mean, why do I need to do a quick test if I can just test what I already have, assuming everything is in some way plugged in? First, we'll turn this on because I want to see what this shows. We're not getting a warning anymore. Is valid. True. Is human. True. All right. Of course, hey, look at my guy. He's like half into the ground and now he's like, my waist is gone. I'm missing my whole lower half of my body. Either that or I've fallen into the ground. So whatever that did, it may have broke him. When it says print a console, what the heck console is it talking about? Because there is no console here. Oh. All right, so the bottom half of his body vanished. That's not good. Okay, when I hit play, not sure what is going on, but I click play and the bottom half of my character vanishes. Select your character. Missing bones or incorrect bone assignments. Some bones in your character's lower half might not be properly assigned. The skin mesh renderer might be missing bone references. Clipping planes are calling issues. The camera is near far. Clipping planes might be cutting off parts of the model. Layer-based culling might be affected. Gosh, different materials might be assigned to different parts of the mesh. Some materials might have settings that cause an initial animation state might be deforming the mesh in unexpected ways. The avatar mapping might be incorrect. Oh god, another one. All right, I gotta take a break. I gotta go get some food and just get my brain clear for a minute.